Hello everyone, this is Box Fashion Workshop. Today we continue working with the Chanel style jacket doubled with polyester batting. First I need to draw a straight line here. It should be as long as the garment will be, 70 centimeters in my case. I drew exactly 70 centimeter long line by side. If we learn to make the jackets, I will be very happy. I need to mark the waistline. I need to do it in order for me to work more conveniently. I measured and marked it 40 centimeters down from the top.
Абсолютно примерно. Теперь смотрите.
I remind you that 1/4 of the Olya's hips measurement is 26 centimeters. I want to make the hips a bit wider, for about 2.5 centimeters. That means that the hips will be 28.5 centimeters wide. Next I need to draw a line here. It should make it rectangular.
Ширина равна ширине обхвату 1/4 обхвату бедер.
I need to add 2.5 centimeters fitting ease to the 1/4 of the jacket. That means that I'll add 10 centimeters fitting ease in total.
Теперь смотрите.
Next I need to make the back neckline 8.5 centimeters wide and 3 centimeters deep.
И 3 в глубину.
I'll write the measurements down. I need to draw the shoulder next. This is not the shoulder. This line was drawn just for the designing. The shoulder should be drawn further from this point. I don't want to draw a straight line. The armholes would be too big in this case. I'll draw a bias line. To do that, I need to measure and mark 4 centimeters here. Next, I need to draw a line through the marked point. I'm making a pattern the way I think it should be done. The original jacket might have been made differently. The jacket won't be close-fitting, but I don't want it to be too big either. Next, I wanted to have a look at the way I measured the length of the sleeves. I remind you that I started measuring it from the center back. In our case, the length of the sleeves from the center back to the bottom will be 68 centimeters. Next, I need to draw one more line here, at the right angle towards the shoulder. This is the sleeve bottom. This is the shoulder line. In our case, it's 68 centimeters long from the center back to the bottom of the sleeve. Let's have a look at the photo once again. Notice how low the sleeves begin. Not on the waistline, but very close to it. I think that the waistline is placed here. The sleeves start very close to it. I'll change the sleeves a bit. I'll show you what to do. Where should the sleeves start? In our case, they will start 13 centimeters up from the waist. I remind you that the jacket will be doubled with the polyester batting. Due to this fact, the sleeves should be wide. You can start drawing them like you usually do in the regular jacket. I need to connect these points with a straight line. These angles should be right. You may think that the pattern for the jacket is ready. You actually can leave it this way. Rectangular bodies, rectangular sleeves. The jacket would look pretty good in this case. I want to alter the pattern a bit. First, I need to divide this distance in 3 even parts. 23 centimeters. One third of this measurement is almost 8 centimeters. I need to measure and mark it up from the lower point. The following details should be measured and marked up from it. Next, I need to draw a short line here and mark 3.5 centimeters to each side of it. Next, I need to draw an armhole here through the marked point. I'll show you what we need it for. This is how the armhole is going to look like. Next, I need to outline the center back with a marker pen. I drew the armhole in order for the sleeves not to be too baggy. The Chanel style fabric is pretty strong, and it will also be doubled with the polyester batting. I hope that everything is clear so far. Let's get back to the sleeve. This line is 3.5 centimeters long, so I also need to measure and mark 3.5 centimeters on this line. I'm showing you the techniques I use myself. Some of them were even created by me. Practice makes perfect. This is how I find the best ways to do this or that. Have a look here. I measured and marked 3.5 centimeters on each side of the two lines. I need to connect these two points with a line. I'll move this point even further. This part of the line should be straight. I write down the measurements for you to see everything clearly. 4.5 centimeters and 3.5 centimeters. The seam will be even both in the front and the back. I also want to make the sleeve a bit tighter at the bottom, for about 2 centimeters. The sleeve is ready. I can outline it now. The sleeves will be absolutely the same in the front and the back details. This is the center sleeve. There will be a fold here. The pattern for the jacket is ready. You do not necessarily have to make such opening in the armhole. In this case, it will be pretty baggy. In our case, the sleeves will start 13 centimeters up from the waist. You can place them higher if you want. I don't recommend making sleeves tighter in the garments doubled with polyester batting. They wouldn't be convenient. I remind you that the slope of the shoulder is 4 centimeters. Next, I'll cut the pattern for the back and the sleeve. After that, I'll make a pattern for the front. Make sure that this angle is not too sharp. make the line smooth and beautiful.
Ровненько от начала, ровненько, ровненько и плавно уходить.
I think that those who watch my videos systematically already know how to cut patterns. Make smooth, beautiful lines when cutting patterns. Otherwise, the garments wouldn't look good.
Немножко угол здесь другой получается, вижу.
These are the sleeve and the back. How to make a pattern for the front on the basis of the pattern for the back. First, I need to draw the center front.
Центр переда. Плюс 3 сантиметра.
Next, I need to add 3 centimeters for a button stand to it.
Все-таки нужно, чтобы было немножко.
This is the button stand.
Вот это полузанос.
This is the edge. Do not forget about the button stands when making patterns.
А то, чтобы вы не запутались. Теперь я
I need to outline the pattern next. When I do it, I'll adjust it for the front. I can move the pattern aside. What should I do next? First, I need to adjust the shoulder. The beginning of the shoulder should be raised for 1.5 centimeters. That means that the front shoulder will be 1.5 centimeters higher than the back one. Next, I need to measure and mark 10 centimeters down from the point where this line crosses the center front. I think that 10 centimeters would be enough. Don't make too deep neckline in winter clothes. The center front, the button stand, the front neckline. I raised the beginning of the shoulder for 1.5 centimeters. The end of the shoulder shouldn't be changed. Draw a smooth, beautiful line here. These points should be changed. The beginning of the shoulder should be raised. That's it. I don't need to adjust the armhole. The pattern is almost ready.
Сейчас мы уже закончим выкроечку.
You can make different coats and jackets on the basis of this pattern. You can make it longer, you can make it tighter. Use your imagination. I can start cutting the front pattern now. Where are my scissors? Here they are. What have I changed in the front pattern? I drew the button stand and raised the beginning of the shoulder for 1.5 centimeters. All the other details are absolutely the same. Olya can't wait for me to make the jacket for her. Watch what I'm doing. I need to fold a piece of tracing paper in half in such way that the line is right on the fold. I want to make a full-size pattern for the sleeve. This is just the half of the sleeve. There's nothing complicated here. It doesn't take long to make a pattern for such jacket. The sleeves will be pretty wide, just like in the picture. The best thing about it is that I showed you how to make such sleeves without any patterns or complicated measurements. Everyone can make such sleeves without problems. If I had YouTube when I was learning to sew, I would consider myself an absolutely lucky person. I really hope that you appreciate the opportunities you have. Don't worry, I'll explain what I'm doing.
Сейчас вам все покажу.
I could make square sleeves, but they wouldn't look that good in this case.
Он бы не был так хорош.
I don't need any of these details anymore.
Вот это
I
всё
can throw them
нам
away.
не нужно, убираем со стола. Что нам нужно?
These are the front, the back.
Кто-то может
You can
больше
change the
вот
design
сделать
however
этот
you want.
наклон на плече. Вот так положу.
I wanted to show you how the armhole looks like now, but I don't want to turn the pattern wrong side up.
Но могу показать вот так пройма.
This is how it
Такая
looks like.
пройма, она все-таки есть. Показываю, как выглядит.
The armhole is pretty unusual.
Вот она
Anyway,
всё-таки такая
this is how it looks
длинная,
like
но
now.
она есть. Это не такой
The sleeves are not
прям
square due to the
прямо
fact that I
вот
adjusted the
квадрат
armholes.
и квадрат всё-таки пройма есть. Рукавчик немножко
This is how they look like
такой,
now.
видим, какой рукавчик. Вот он у нас абсолютно у нас готов.
The pattern
Теперь
is
наша
ready.
готова, и
We
мы
can
готовы
continue
кроить
working.
нашу Шанель на синтепоне. Просьба
Don't
не
think that I'm
писать,
making two big
что
armholes.
тут мешок, что там лежит.
Have a look at the
Все
original
смотрим на
picture once
картинку
again.
и смотрим, к чему мы стремимся, к какому
This is how the jacket should
Прежде всего,
actually look
что это
like.
что-то новое для нас.
The best thing about it is that it's absolutely new.
И мы все время ищем что-то
We
новое.
want to be different
Одна дама
and
нам
beautiful,
написала, что
so we
вот
shouldn't stick to
смотрела
one
ваши
and the same
фотки,
designs.
всё то же самое, что и было, ничего
I
для
want you to understand that I'm not telling you what to wear. I give you advice. I show you modern designs. I tell you about convenient and useful techniques. I give you reviews of the fashion magazines. I want you to learn to use your imagination. You can sew and wear whatever you want. No one can tell you what to do. I work really hard to help you be different and beautiful. The tailors of my fashion house always try to create something new and interesting for our customers. I love making people happy and beautiful. That's all for today. Next time I'll show you how to cut both the Chanel style fabric and polyester batting. We'll also show you the technique for working with the polyester batting. We'll show you everything very thoroughly. That's all for today. Be different and beautiful. My name is Paukšte Irina. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share videos, press the like and the bell buttons. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you. Goodbye.